hands at thy left hand, a false lunacy, a madly dancing man, hearing unhearable words, drawn to a beloved's grave, and there, mayhap, true madness at last. As did this one, playing in death, find true death at the last. Killing a nameless lover, she pierced a heart rent by sorrow. Doth lie invite truth? Doth verity but wear the mask of falsehood? Ah, thou pitiful, miserable ones! Still amidst lies, though the end cometh not, wherefore yearn for death? Wilt thou attend to that beloved? Truths and lies, life and death, a game of turning white to black, and black to white.
What's up, gamers? I am just switching my headphones out and we're going to get started here. Feels like it's been an eon since I streamed, although it has only been 5 days somehow, but it doesn't change the fact that it feels like it's been forever. And wow, that is loud. Oh man, we had a pretty rough ice storm. Well, winter storm in general these past couple days. But it looks like we're finally coming out the other side. Stuff is starting to reopen. So. All right. Oh, what's up, Dudecore? First day of your new job, you mean? Tomorrow? Yeah, nice. Yeah, thankfully we didn't lose internet or electricity enough for me to have to call in or anything because I do work remote, but you know, it certainly could have been a lot worse than it was. We had a pretty serious winter ice storm combo come through, and apparently we're supposed to have a decent amount more snow coming through on Friday, this coming Friday. So that's fun to look forward to, but whatever. Hey man, I just want to fast forward through winter. Get this shit over with. Get this shit over with ASAP so we can move on to spring and summer. You know what? Like, yeah, I know that's severe weather season or whatnot, but I'll take that over this. Any day of the fucking week. I will take that over this. What's up, Future? You and I are very different people. That's fair. Look, I just want to be able to go to the gym without having to worry about slip sliding all fucking around the roads. That's all I want, man. That's all I want. That's all I need right now. I am fucking living at the gym. And no, when I get into things, I don't shut the fuck up about them. You guys know this about me by now, I would hope. But I'm fully recovered. You know, 2 full recovery days. I'm ready to go back big time. Yeah, who would have thunk? Who would have thunk that when I get into something, I talk about it a bunch. Personally, I would never do such a thing. I have coffee. Dude, have you guys ever watched, I know Future, you haven't lived in the US for a while, but you guys know about this show called Undisputed in the US? It's like a sports debate show. Apparently, the network that they were on, which is FS1 or Fox Sports, apparently there's like a massive lawsuit that just got announced a couple days ago. And it was from a hairdresser who worked on the show. There's a pretty, I don't want to say famous, but there's a pretty well-known, he's more infamous than anything, American sports commentator named Skip Bayless, who's in his 70s now, but he still is like insanely fiery and gets super heated about sports debate and everything. Well, he had a show with a former NFL player named Shannon Sharp, and it was called Undisputed. Or just, well, it was called Skip and Shannon Undisputed, but apparently there was a hairdresser who worked on that show, and she claims that Skip Bayless, one of the hosts, offered her $1.5 million for sex. And it all stemmed from the fact that, yeah, Skip Bayless is like this hyper competitive guy, and he literally is so obsessively competitive that there's a high likelihood that just because Shannon had sex with her, he was willing to do that just to get one on Shannon. That's what people are saying. They're saying he's legitimately that competitive that he would do that. No, I mean, her lawsuit just alleges that he wouldn't stop like making advances and stuff. And the craziest part about the lawsuit really is there's this lady named Joy Taylor. Here, I'll just hop on Chrome Twitter really quick. There's this lady who is a pretty prominent host on FS1 named Joy Taylor. What's up, Malum? And in the lawsuit, she basically alleges that Joy Taylor was just fucking everybody that worked at FS1. Like, everybody. This is her. So here's Joy Taylor, host of Speak on FS1. She's still, you know, as of like the last couple days, even though all this info has been out, she's still going on TV like nothing really happened, you know. But I'm sure if we check out her replies or, you know, what people are saying about her posts, I'm sure it's not Yeah, so this is one of the guys that the lawsuit alleges she was sleeping with. He's like a really high up executive. You run through dude. Bless you. Oh my god. Yeah, so as you can see, the degeneracy. Body count question mark. So yeah, as you can see, the degeneracy is what the fuck? Yeah, I was gonna say. Her sports takes are terrible, so she had to do something. Well, anyways, okay, so yeah, I don't want to turn it into like a gossip thing. I just used to watch that show a lot, and I was just surprised to see all that. Anyway, that guy that I just showed you, the blonde dude, apparently he's like second or third in command at Fox Sports, and you know, she was sleeping with him, of course. And when the hairdresser who brought up this lawsuit told her, hey, you probably shouldn't be doing that because you both are married, she basically said, well, it doesn't matter because if he stops being useful to me, I'll just, you know, make up my own lawsuit about how he forced himself on me. And that's how I'll make my escape, you know, essentially is what she said. So that all got exposed in the lawsuit. It's fucking crazy, man. Oh yeah, I mean literally, yes. So not only is she allegedly running through dudes at, you know, a pace that is unbelievable, she's also preparing that if they try to like sabotage her or force her out of the network, she's ready with her lawsuit, you know, ready, armed at the ready to fire off her own lawsuit. It's like, what the fuck, man? What is going on behind closed doors at these fucking networks, for real? I'm always just imagining folks on these networks kind of just end up climbing on top of each other as they climb that corporate ladder. It's all about power and status, fucking included. Very true. Yep, that's exactly what it is, Malum. Exactly what the fuck it is. Let me see. Somebody was going through like the actual document. Anyways, yeah, somebody was going through the actual document, and yeah, so she was also apparently sleeping with this other guy named Emmanuel Acho, who was a former athlete, like a former professional athlete. And now people are like going back and connecting the dots, and like she got this big opportunity to host this show she's on now called Speak, right after all this happened. And this guy named Emmanuel Acho, he posts a video about how inspirational she is, like right around when this was supposed to be happening. It's just fucking hilarious to go back and look at. I tell you, man. But you're right, Future. You know, some people, there's a couple guys. There's one guy named Marcellus Wiley who used to work with Skip, and then there's a guy named Jason Whitlock who also used to work with him. Jason Whitlock, by the way, got into like this big argument with another famous journalist named Stephen A. Smith, and Stephen A. Smith called him a fat piece of shit. So, you know, shit's been pretty heated in the past. But anyways, both those guys said that, like, yeah, the male locker rooms are just nothing but essentially like dudes just comparing trophies and talking about who they banged that week or whatever. So just goes to show, like, it doesn't matter how much wealth is involved, how big the company is. It seems to always come down to that, doesn't it? At the end of the day, it all comes back to sex. But yeah, the part that's really crazy is she apparently has like audio recordings of Skip saying some weird shit like, I can't believe you would sleep with my arch rival. He is so, here's the thing. Skip Bayless is a very old guy now. He's like 73 years old, okay? He is so obsessed with sports debate that he actually thinks these are real. He thinks that these are real debates with a winner and a loser. And so people are speculating that he might have been taking this shit so seriously that he's even trying to compete with a former athlete in this like workplace sexual escapade sort of competition that's going on. You know what I mean? Like he's that hyper competitive that he might participate in this just because he thinks he's losing something. Yeah, sex and death. Exactly. Not the making of Silent Hill 2 BTW. But yeah, it's fucking crazy, man. I really don't know what else to say about it. But, you know, that lady Joy Taylor, yeah, there's at least like 3 or 4 different people at FS1 she was apparently involved with, so to speak. And she's just been going on TV like nothing happened. And, you know, people have noticed that she's covering up a lot more. Like her outfits the past couple days have been very formal, shall we say. Whereas almost every day before she'd be showing cleavage and stuff. So, you know, that's certainly a little bit of a tell. So yeah, it's just, I'm not even trying to be like a drama monger. I just think it's hilarious that, you know, all this shit's going down. Imagine if you had that kind of competitive drive and a gambling addiction. Yeah, for real. And, you know, Skip also has a big ego because he apparently, like, he was a big name. Let's not get it twisted. He was a big name in sports journalism. And so when he came to Fox Sports or FS1, he very much like legitimized that network because he was such a big name. He was one of the biggest names in sports media when he took that job. So it definitely seems like an ego thing on his part where he's like, oh, I can't let my arch rival, as he calls him, like get one. It's like, dude, that's a fucking coworker. That's not an arch rival. You're not in a fucking anime. Relax. The Goku to his Vegeta. That's genuinely what he thinks. But yeah, I don't know what's going to actually end up happening with it. Skip has like not acknowledged it at all. He's just been doing his usual tweeting all day, every day about sports games in all capital letters because that's just what he does. But yeah. I think the last drama related situation we talked about on this stream was the Haley Welch Hawk Tua crypto thing. Dude, this is going to sound so weird. I put a new one of these on and these smell so fucking good when they're fresh out of the box. These windscreens. Anyways, sorry, I'm weird. I focus on the minor details. Anyways, the minutia, so to speak. The last drama we talked about was the crypto thing, and she again has pulled a disappearing act. On December 20th, she said, "Hey, I take this situation extremely seriously and want to address it." And was like, here's my, here's the law firm that you would want to contact if you feel like you were scammed. And she disappeared. She has not posted a single thing on the internet anywhere since December 20th. Complete disappearing act for the second time. At first, she was like retweeting shit from the company that quote unquote launched the coin. And then she put copying and pasting here. Of course, copying and pasting what probably the marketing dickhead that set this whole thing up was telling her to post. Yeah, look at the community notes. So yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say that her reputation is shot forever. Which, I mean, look, for her to maintain relevancy as long as she did, like the bulk of 2024, okay, sure, that's kind of impressive. I'm not going to lie, considering the clip that put her there was as dumb as it was. But it also says a lot that it disappeared pretty much as quick as it started because she was dumb enough to. I mean, seriously, everybody's like making excuses. They're like, oh, well, she didn't know how crypto works. It's like, yeah, well, she still could have said no. It's not hard to just, I don't know, say no to what appeared to be a scam. Hawked to another dimension. Crypto and blockchain strike again. Yeah, it's like, and the guy who facilitated all this, his name was Doc Hollywood. Apparently he's, I don't know if this has been confirmed, but allegedly he's like Howie Mandel's son-in-law of all people. So he has like a Hollywood connection, and that's why the name. He pretty much has gone into hiding. Like he changed the handle of his Twitter account to literally say not Doc. Like he's just doing everything he possibly can to keep a low profile. And, you know, he put in his bio, like, I'm no longer on Twitter to, you know, dissuade the death threats and everything else. He's like, I'm on Blue Sky now. I don't use this website anymore because there's so many death threats. It's like, holy shit, bro. Hey, what's up, woke? It's like, what are you doing, man? Seriously. What were you thinking and what are you doing? Those are my immediate questions. Yeah. Well, and you know, it's like, man, they were the ones who decided, you know what, let's do a Twitter space where everybody can hear and see this live. We're talking about the stupid Hawk to a crypto scam thing that happened, woke. They decided to do a Twitter space where they called it like the Hawk, or yeah, it was like the Hawk Truth, they called it. And this dude is sitting here in front of 100,000 plus 6 figures of live listeners, calling them mentally challenged because they're getting into crypto without understanding what they're doing. And then he realizes how much of a bad look that is. And then he turns around and says, I'm probably mentally challenged too for being in this space if I want to, you know, if we're going to be honest. And it's like he just made a complete fucking ass of himself. And then CoffeeZilla got invited and roasted the absolute shit out of them with black and white evidence that they couldn't refute. And the whole time he's just like hand waving it and just saying, no, that's not true, bro. That's not true. And then CoffeeZilla, to his credit, was like, no, it is true. And you can see it all on chain. And right as he was trying to make an excuse, he goes, and I only do this for a living, by the way. I only do this for a living. This is not the first one of these scams I've exposed. And pretty much his only response to that was just, oh, bro, it's not a scam. Bro, it's not a scam. That's it. Okay. That's all you got? To just say that it isn't what it most certainly is? That's a pretty weak argument, my man. You gotta come up with something better. Insulting your customers, then backpedaling to make yourself one of them. Yeah, exactly. So, the Doc Hollywood guy is in hiding. I mean, he's gone. He's straight up, he's hiding. If you search Doc Hollywood, you come up with this account right here. Look. He is in fact not Doc Hollywood, and his new @ is clone of Doc. And the only thing he put is deleted X so people stop commenting death threats. Peace and love. Fucking peace and love. The only thing more pretentious than that would be if he put namaste right there. So yeah. He went protected and he ran to Blue Sky allegedly. What's heinous is that national media will cover only saying the upside without telling that it's a scam. Well, I think, and it was so telling in the way that they pitched it. You could tell that they used the same bullshit on her and it worked so well. You know, they were saying things like, oh, we're trying to get the normies into crypto. We're offering free coins and free this and free that. They throw the buzzword free around and they say things like, we want to get your fans involved and it's about the community. You know for a fucking fact they went in to like a Zoom meeting with her and her people and, you know, basically said, hey, let's do this and this will print money and you'll get a bunch of money. And she's like, thumbs up, because I like money. And it's like, well, you know, there are certain things that money can't You know, there's certain things that are more valuable, and I think she's learning that reputation is one of them. No, here's what you need, Kendo. You need a guy in a hoodie of his company and a hat of his company, both with his crypto, coin on it. Walking around, stopping everybody and trying to tell them about the wonders of his coin and how it's so much more secure than every other coin out there. The typical Silicon Valley startup bro. They're always wearing a hoodie of their company. They're always wearing a hat of their company with a fucking hashtag on it. You know what I mean? They'd be wearing fucking branded underwear if they could. Socks, shoes, custom Nike dunks that they've pasted their logo onto, gloves that they've pasted their logo on, a scarf. That's what they all do, man. They're like clones. What do you expect? She found success from making a dick joke after a night at the bar. None of this makes sense. True. It's very, very true. Oh yeah, my fucking chroma key was still on. There we go. But yeah, she basically pulled a disappearing act. She's like, at the end of that space, some guy was in the middle of talking and making a great point. She just goes, "Hey y'all, I'm gonna go to bed. Sorry to interrupt you there. Going to bed." Disappeared for like 3.5 weeks. Not a peep. Nothing. No presence online whatsoever. Disappeared. And then she comes back on December 20th and basically just says, "Hey, if you feel like you were scammed, contact this law firm. I take this very seriously," and then disappeared again. Has not been heard from whatsoever since December 20th. The fall off is actually incredible. Been seeing this shorts of scams on Better Call Saul. So yeah. Hey, what's up, Cast? It just speaks to, sometimes people, and the other thing could also be true. I was actually watching a video about this the other day. Don't ask me why it came up in my recommended, okay? This is what every influencer, so to speak, tries to do now. They try to get into as many product categories as they possibly can to try to hope that like one of them hits, you know what I mean? Like they'll do fucking everything. They'll do like you guys know who the D'Amelio sisters are? They're apparently just like these two sisters on TikTok that did dances and their videos blew up. They have so many useless and poorly selling brand deals. They have like a popcorn brand that you can buy at Walmart. They have like a mattress brand that you can buy for some reason. Like shit that doesn't even make sense. It's like literally companies just approached them and said, "We're just going to put your name on this and cut you a check if we sell." Everybody's trying to be like her. And that's exactly what happened here. Is Haley Welch was approached by this dipshit Doc Hollywood and the company over here that apparently quote unquote launched this coin. What the fuck does that even mean? They did all this and pretty much came to her and said, "Hey, here's this business proposition." And then they they just whipped through the whole presentation and said, "Here's the end part. You make big money." And she goes, "I like big money. Sign the deal, shake the hands. Let's do it." It's just proof that they have no clue what they're doing outside of throwing darts at an image board and seeing what sticks. Yeah. As long as it's not gamer water, then I'm good. It's like, dude, if she would have just kept her head down and kept doing her little podcast and all this other stuff, like, she would have been fine. What is all this shit? Why would someone even feel the need to get into it? It's almost, I don't want to say it, but it almost feels, I can't say it feels staged, because I don't know. Maybe that's the tinfoil hat in me thinking that, but maybe she was like, "I don't want this attention anymore, and I'm just going to take my money and just go off somewhere." And maybe this was her way of like just getting out, you know what I mean? From the attention of social media. She figured like, I had my time. I made my money. I'm tired of dealing with, the critics of my show or whatever. I don't know. But she has not uploaded a single episode since, ironically, an episode titled How to Avoid Getting Canceled. Easily could have sold her spit in bottles and sold it at Spencer's. I mean, realistically, in this fucked up world that we live in, probably, I would not be surprised if something like that happened. It's insane, but I'm really not. I mean, she gained 200,000 subs in a very short period of time on her podcast. The videos were doing well. I mean, like, yeah, they were getting dislike bombed and trolled and everything, but people were watching this shit. This was like the third most listened to podcast on Spotify. Like, people were listening to it big time. They were watching it big time. Look at these fucking views, man. This shit was popping off. And then it just all came to a screeching halt. So, it's hilarious because the week that it happened, I got on stream and I said, guys, get ready for like Sunny V2 and all these fucking YouTubers. Get ready for them to make videos about the downfall of Hawk Tua Girl or whatever. And it's already happened. Already. Here we go. This is exactly what the fuck I said was going to happen. The satisfying downfall of the Hawk Tua Girl. The satisfying downfall. The end of Hawk Tua Girl. The satisfying downfall. The downfall of... Okay, I don't know what that's all about. Asmongold, but... Oh, here's the Fox Sports lawsuit we were just talking about. The Hawk Tua Girl just scammed everybody. Hawk Tua Girl finally got sued. The satisfying end. Dude, why is everybody making the same video title? The satisfying end or the satisfying downfall of. There's like 5 different videos titled that. They must do really well in the algorithm to say that. Stampstradamus? Nah, dude.
Today we're breaking...
The other prediction that has not happened yet, but you guys know how... You guys know who Valkyrie is? Streamer. She's like one of the biggest female streamers, I think ever, really, right? Like, she's right up there with like Amaranth and Pokimane and Emiru, those types of people. She just got off of a big YouTube contract and announced that she's moving back to Twitch. I predicted years ago that if YouTube... Here, and it has yet to happen, but I wonder if it might happen any day now. Almost every person, like Saikuno, Ludwig, almost every person who got a big YouTube contract, they're done now, and they're moving back to Twitch, like en masse. Every one of them is moving back. The only chance YouTube has to compete with Twitch at this point is they can't grab one streamer here, and like put them in their little, streamer shopping cart. No, they're going to have to put down serious money. Like, we're talking 20, 30, 40, potentially even like $50 million. And they're going to need to purchase offline TV as a brand or OTK as a brand, where it's like this big network of streamers that are all under this umbrella and shift them all over to exclusive YouTube streaming. That's the only way that it's going to work. Because the way that they're doing it now is just a recipe for disaster. Right now, they're doing what Mixer tried to do, where Mixer was just like, YouTube Red still exists. They just renamed it to YouTube Premium. You know what's funny, though? I subscribed to YouTube Red the very first day it was ever available, when it was like $8.99. And the reason why I did that was because I bricked one of my old phones, and I had a lot of issues recovering it, jailbreaking it. And back then, one of the biggest features was not being able to put your screen to sleep and listen to a YouTube video, and YouTube Red allowed you to do that. So I was like, hey, I'm working in retail all night. It's worth it for me. I'm going to pay the $8.99 so that I can listen to YouTube all night without my screen being on. And because I was one of the earliest adopters, I still have a lower rate than most other people. I have like the YouTube Premium Family Plan, and it's like $7 or $8 cheaper than most other people. So they let you keep like the grandfathered rate if you were a YouTube Red subscriber very early on, which is cool. I definitely feel like streaming services are starting to understand that people are tired of them raising their prices all the time. Tidal is a music streaming service. It's partly owned by Jay-Z and a couple other people, but they were charging like for the highest, like lossless, FLAC, or their version of FLAC. I forget what the codec is. It's called like MQA or some shit. They were charging like $28 a month for that shit. But just a few weeks ago, they announced that they were lowering it to they used to have like a beginner, quality, intermediate, and lossless tiers, and they were all drastically different prices. And recently they slashed all of that shit, and they just made it $13.99 a month. That's it. You get everything, highest quality, the same as you did previously get on, the $28 plan. They just reduced it all. So we're starting to see it trend lower finally. The companies aren't just hiking the rates up infinitely now. They're starting to understand, like, if we keep doing this, nobody's going to use our service. So we have to slash the prices. Yeah, I mean, Apple Music is more expensive now. But if you have Apple products, Apple Music is where you should go because it just functions the best with your hardware and your software. They have Apple Music on Xbox now, of all things. I just be yarring because I'm broke. Pirating. That's okay, though. I know in 2024, it's a very touchy term to use. These ISPs, man, these ISPs are listening, and they are listening close. They're fucking leaning into the speaker. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's funny to think back. I remember there was this website called the Pirate Bay. And the Pirate Bay was a big torrent hosting website way back in the day. And it was like every few months, wherever they were hosted would crack down on piracy, and then they would have to move to a different host. So it was like every month they would have a different domain. It would be like .de, and then the very next month it was .au, and then the very next, you know what I mean? Like it would just move from country to country because they kept getting, they weren't allowed to host in different places. LimeWire? I do remember LimeWire. Everybody I knew had LimeWire, and Napster before the lawsuit. There was also Kazaa Lite. I had Kazaa Lite. Way back when. But I could never download anything because I wasn't patient enough to wait. So I would install it, see how long I would have to wait, and then just give up. Yeah, there were a couple. Like there was the Pirate Bay, there was like Kick-Ass Torrents, and there was a few other sites, but yeah. And it was kind of a loophole situation because the way the law worked at the time was that you could only really get in trouble for uploading files, not so much downloading them. But of course they changed that later on to where if you were caught downloading copyrighted material, you would most likely receive a letter in the mail from your ISP saying, hey, don't do that shit again or we'll cut your connection off. Yeah, dude. I would try to download skate videos on there, and back then downloading a video took a very, very long time. So when I'm trying to download, there's a skate company called Baker. They put out a video called Baker 3 in 2005. I tried to download Baker 3, and instead of like .mov or .avi, like most of them said at the time, it was .exe, and it was like 10 kilobytes. I'm like, dude, how dumb do you think I am? I'm not going to open this shit. You're going to put a rootkit on my computer, dude. Fuck out of here with that. Baker3.exe. That's what they would do, though. They would just put like SpongeBob SquarePants episode whatever .exe, and it tricked a lot of people back then, dude. You would be amazed at how many people it tricked. I'm gonna grab an acetaminophen because my head's hurting. No over-the-counter pain medicine. Oh yeah, I'll tell you guys the story about how my idiotic brother almost got my internet connection shut off when I get back. Okay, I torrented a Marvel movie back then. Unfortunately, it was not a Marvel movie, but fortunately it was something else, if you catch me. Yep, that was also very common back then. Yeah, I mean, I think that it was probably around when I noticed that there was a shift was probably around 2014, 2015, something like that. My brother had just moved in with us, and he lived with me for less than probably 2 weeks, and then I get a letter in the mail from Spectrum, who was our provider at the time. And they essentially said, hey, we detected that you downloaded copyrighted material, and like, here's a copy of the file we believe to have been downloaded. And this fucking moron downloaded like the first Ant-Man movie. Like, dude, seriously? Of all things to download, you're gonna download the newest and like most brand fucking new Marvel movie? What a moron. So, yeah, they basically would send something out that would say, look, if you download copyrighted material again, we will shut off your internet connection and we'll send you the final bill, but you cannot open an account with us at this address anymore. So I fucking destroyed his ass, because at the time, we had two options. We had Spectrum and we had DSL, which, as you guys know, DSL is dog shit. DSL was at the time like a max speed of 7 megabits down or some shit. So there was no way I was going to let our connection drop down to a DSL. Thankfully here we have a fiber and a cable provider. I stream on the fiber provider, and then the cable is basically just a backup connection in case I need it for work. And I just pay like the lowest, just whatever the baseline plan is. But yeah, whatever the baseline plan is. Net was so slow then, so to cut my time downloading, I would open my torrent app. I would option my torrent app to open automatically and set it to a set speed so that if someone wants to use the computer, it would continue without bothering their use. Yeah. See, I didn't have time for all that, dude. I would go on my app and I would deliberately set the shit to like high priority everything just to speed the shit up. But, the internet was a lot more of a Wild West. I wouldn't even say it was necessarily pre-social media, because social media existed. But, You know, you always knew that like one kid at school that was just really ballsy with it. And he would just fucking brag all day, every day at school about how he was downloading games left and right and how he had a modded 360 or a J-tagged 360. That was the big thing that everybody did back then. So, you know, it's very different nowadays. Things are very, very different. ISPs will not let you get away with that. They will detect that shit in an instant and they will shut you down. They don't put up with that anymore. That's for sure. It was always the SNES emulator. We found so many loopholes playing MMORPGs on 512 kbps. Dude, there was this thing that I remember growing up called Pack Steam. And I don't remember exactly how it worked, but essentially it was like a series of cracked Steam accounts that you could log into. And they worked as kind of like a server where they would host all the games that were available on Steam at that time. And it actually was, it was accessed by like thousands of people before Valve finally shut it down. Let's see. Yeah. Apparently it was like one Steam account that had all games in the entire library at the time, which we're talking like 12, 13 years ago. So of course, you know, the Steam library was nowhere near as vast and like comprehensive as it is now. But yeah. Shit, I don't know if it was just our school, but a guy uploaded Halo 2 on the middle school shared drive so everyone could play. Yeah, we had the first Halo, just Combat Evolved, on our computer labs. I don't know who installed it, but anytime that we didn't have anything going on or it was like the last day of school, we would all get on there and play a big LAN match. Those were good times. But yeah, you know, it is very nostalgic in a way, but at the same time, I do think that the shift to streaming services has been better overall because in those times, you actually really did need to make sure you had antivirus because it was so risky to download shit like that. You didn't know what the fuck you were downloading. You didn't know what the fuck you were dealing with half the time. And so you really did need like McAfee or some type, at least malware bytes. You at least needed the baseline protection in case you got into some shit. And the big one for me, you guys probably, I don't know if this will ring a bell with you, Sony Vegas keygens. I was so dumb that I thought, you know what, a keygen works on old PC games, so why wouldn't it work on this expensive professional level hardware or software, not hardware. It does not. The way that those licenses work is you pay and then they activate a pre-generated key only after the payment is received. When you go to, say, a Walmart or a Best Buy or a GameStop and you buy one of those gift cards, that money is not loaded onto the card until you have paid and they've swiped it over the register. So I was a dumbass and I thought that, oh, if you just like get a keygen, you can just paste in a code and get this software for free. Not how the fuck it worked. And almost every single time you would end up with malware. I had to wipe my entire hard drive like 3 times because of that shit. So stupid, dude. It is, dude. It is. I just didn't understand that, like, why doesn't a keygen work like it should work? It wouldn't matter. Because no one's paid for that code. Even if it was a legitimate code, which it's possible that there might have been a legitimate code or two in there, they're not going to work because they haven't been paid for. I didn't understand that concept. And I thought that Steam was the same way. I was like, dude, I need a Steam keygen. It doesn't work that way. It's like that was probably the first thing that they thought about when they came up with the store aspect of Steam, was like, we can't let people just keygen their way around these. Yeah, I mean, I was like 10 years old at the time, to be fair. We're talking like 2000. No, I was like 11. We're talking like 06, 07, when Leave Britney Alone and Shoes by Liam Kyle Sullivan were like two of the most popular YouTube videos. And that one guitar video of the guy playing like Canon Rock or whatever. Back when you could do like some very basic guitar improvisation and get 10 million views on YouTube. And a story in the news. But yeah, I've told this story before too, but I'll make it a short one. The story of how I got my dad's Steam account vac banned. You guys heard this one before? I believe you have, but I'll give you the TLDR. So, Left 4 Dead had just come out. If memory serves, this was 2007, late 07, when Left 4 Dead first came out, first iteration. And I had this idiot in my Counter-Strike clan that couldn't buy it, and so he tried to convince me to fish for accounts that did have it so that he could steal the account from me, and was like, oh, I'll pay you back. He's like, yeah, I'll pay you back for the game, bro. Once I have the account, I got you. And I was just this stupid 12-year-old. I didn't know anything about anything. So I just figured the guy was legit because I just trusted everybody at that time. And I found this account, which unfortunately was like a younger kid, kind of like me, who owned it. And I'm assuming like his dad or his older brother bought all the games on his account. And I sent him this thing that the guy had copied and pasted me about, like, worm intrusion packet detected on your PC. Please provide your Steam username and password. And at the time, Steam chats didn't have that little disclaimer about, oh, Steam will never ask for your username or password. Like, don't ever enter it. This was before that. So he gave it to me. And like in a fucking millisecond, I pasted that shit into a notepad, logged out, signed into his account, and changed the password. And I just remembered feeling like, dude, I just had this whole body feeling like I just did something really fucking bad. Like I just knew I did. And I guess like his older brother or somebody, like he ran and told somebody what happened. And his older brother jumped on the account and messaged his brother's account, which I was now signed into, and was like, bro, just give us the account back. He's like, if you just give me the account back, I won't report you. Like, just give us the account back and we're cool. And I just didn't respond because I was still so just like addled, you know. I was like, what the fuck did I just do? So I didn't know what to say, so I just didn't respond. I just went into appear offline. So I give the guy the credentials. I changed it out. And he's like, hell yeah, bro, appreciate it. He goes and does whatever the fuck he was going to do. And I go to switch back to my account. What's up, by the way, Siren? I'm telling the story about how I got my dad's VAC account banned. So, my Steam account at the time only had one game on it, which was Counter-Strike Source. But my dad had had a Steam account since Half-Life 2 came out, and he had a ton of different games on his, like Team Fortress Classic, Day of Defeat, Source. All these different games on his account, probably like 20 or 25, which was a lot at the time. And I go to sign into my account, and it doesn't just say that my credentials were wrong. It literally says your account has been disabled. And I mean, from the time that I fished for the account to the time that I tried to sign in back to my own was maybe 15 minutes. So I know that they like immediately went to Steam support and said that they were fished. And so I was like, oh shit. As if I had just put in like a slur or something. Like that's what it says when you put in inappropriate words when you try to log into like a name it won't even allow you to put. And it said my account was disabled. So I'm like, okay, fuck. I also signed into my dad's account on this computer. I go to sign into his account. It says your account's been disabled. And then I go to sign into my brother's account. your account has been disabled. So they disabled every fucking account on the PC. Every single one. And just like shut them all down. So at this point, I'm like, I fucked up horribly. Like, how am I going to explain my way out of this? Like, what am I going to do? I'm just a fucking kid. I did something really stupid. What do I do? Well, what I did was I basically tried to just say nothing about it and pretend like nothing happened. And then, of course, a couple days later, my dad would occasionally sign into a Steam account and like check the store to see new releases or sales or anything. And he noticed he couldn't get into his account. So I just hear him ask, like, did somebody sign into my Steam account or what's going on? And I was never a good liar, so I just straight up came clean. I just told him everything that happened. And my dad, being my dad, just did that I'm not mad, I'm disappointed thing. He's just like, well, I guess I'll call them and I'll sort my problem out, even though you caused it, you know, like just, you know, framing things perfectly to make me feel like shit because I deserve to feel like shit. So he calls Steam and I'm like listening. I'm not supposed to be hearing the conversation because I got sent to my room, but I'm like listening to the conversation and I hear him say like 3 or 4 times, my dumbass son. True story, by the way. We laugh about it nowadays, but it is hilarious. But shit was heated at the time. Oh, he was talking about me, and I deserved it. So basically the agreement that they came to was they would give his account back and my brother's account back because they weren't the ones that actually performed the phishing. But my dad's account was to remain VAC banned because I did hack on that account. So they were like, you know, we investigated this account. We found that hacks were used on it, which they were. I did use aimbot on that account. I'm not going to lie. So even to this day, his primary Steam account, which was opened in like 2003, is still VAC banned. They will never unVAC ban it. He was too old to play video games anyway. No, at the time I was 12. So he was 38. So he wasn't that old. Yeah, my dad was 26 when I was born, so. Yeah. But yeah, it's that was the story. And then, you know, after it was all sorted, like he was able to sign back into his account, but he found out about the fact that I had downloaded and used hacks and everything. And he just kind of casually was like, well, you know, that's kind of resolved for now, but you're grounded for 6 months. Like you can't touch the computer. You're not allowed any computer privileges whatsoever for 6 months. And it is what it is. So, and they did not let up on that whatsoever, and it was 100% deserved. I was not allowed to fucking touch that computer for 6 months, and I didn't. But, you know, that's when I started to go outside, and, you know, it's when I started skating and kind of getting into that whole realm. So it was actually kind of a blessing in disguise, but I didn't know it at the time. Of course, at the time, I was like fucking thinking about running away and shit. I'm like, this is bullshit. This is tyranny, dude. This is fucking tyranny. But it actually ended up being a good thing overall. Oh yeah, fun times. I actually told my dad about that story one of the last times I was over at his house, and he didn't even remember the majority of it. But I was like, yeah, it was probably not that big of a deal to you, but to me, it was like earth-shattering at that time to be that age and do something that fucking stupid. Yeah, Siren, if you didn't know that, I was game sharing with my dad's account, and I went on there and I saw that he had downloaded 3001 A MILF Odyssey. So yeah. Yes, it is really a thing. Look. This is not my account. This is my dad's account. So, yeah. Let's see. Well, it says his profile is private, which I find hilarious. But yeah, he never actually set up a profile. But his Steam account number is very, very low. Like his account was established in 03, I believe. So he has one of like the biggest crop of oldest Steam accounts still existing to this day. Mine is getting pretty old now because I created it around like Christmas 2009. So mine is like, God, 16 years old. Holy shit. My Steam account can almost drink, dude. What is going on? Computers were a mistake. True. But yeah. So yeah, you know, shenanigans. Young Stamp. I didn't know what the hell I was doing on computers. I just did what I just, you know, at the time I was just way too trusting of other people, but that did teach me the valuable lesson of like 95% of interactions with strangers you meet on Steam, they're full of shit, so don't listen to what they say. That taught me that lesson, because I was like, dude, no way in hell am I going to get grounded for another 6 fucking months. Holy shit. You understand how much regression I went through as a Counter-Strike player, dude? Do you understand? I couldn't even one dig. I couldn't even one dig. Sorry for the echo. It wasn't that serious. Porn has ruined everyone's brain. Yeah, I do. You know, in the US, there's actually a lot of legislation coming down about that right now. In my state and like 4 or 5 other states, you actually have to verify your age with a license, or you have to let your the website access your camera, and it'll like perform a scan of your face and do an AI estimation of your age. So of course nobody's willing to do either one. I remembered hearing people like, "Oh my God, they're you know, making porn harder to access." I'm like, that's a bad thing. Like, that's, to me, that seems like a net positive. I don't know, dude. If we were to really sit down and think about the amount of time that's wasted sitting around watching porn, it would be like such a staggering number. We wouldn't want to think about it at all. The amount of time that's wasted with people going into like their browser's private mode and just fucking, you know, gooning, so to speak, is way too damn high. Let's just put it that way. I think at this point we don't need any more porn. I think we're done. What's up, Burn? Did you hear what we were talking about, by the way? Because this conversation, I was telling the story about how I got my dad's Steam account vac banned and how I got grounded from the computer for 6 months. I'm pretty sure you've already heard that story. But I was also talking about how now in like 4 or 5, I think soon to be 6 different states, if you connect to like any of the major porn website providers, like, you know, Pornhub is a big one that I know for sure is like that. You have to verify your age. You have to either upload your fucking like driver's license or state ID, or you have to let the browser use your camera to scan your face and it'll estimate your age. I saw an article about that the other day. Oh, Kentucky's already doing it? Yeah. Yeah, I saw an article about that the other day. And yeah, of course, people can just VPN, but it's like, that's going to force a lot of people who are not tech savvy to go through an extra step that they're not willing to go through. I had a couple friends at the time that were just talking about it, like, oh, that's crazy, I can't believe. I'm like, I don't know, man. The days of me even being remotely interested in that shit are like so far behind me that I don't really think about it anymore, so It's literally no skin off my back. I mean, not literally, figuratively no skin off my back. I don't give a shit. But I guess for some people, they got really upset by that. So many people gonna give up their personal information for a quick wank. Yeah, seriously, like, who the fuck wants to upload their driver's license to, like, Pornhub's database? I'm sure as fuck not. Fuck that. You couldn't pay me to do that shit. Me? He said, me. What are you gonna do about it? I'm not gonna do a damn thing, dude. You do you. I do appreciate the honesty. I respect the honesty. But yeah. So who knows? I hear that allegedly they're trying to like speed more legislation through so that this can become like a nationwide thing. And of course, the primary objective is not to stop adults from watching it. The primary objective is to protect children from accessing it. So it makes sense from a legislative point of view why it exists. But there's a lot of people that are treating it as if it's like tyranny. Like, oh my God, my freedoms. Like, really, dude? Your freedoms. Okay, bud. Yeah. Hey, appreciate that sheet. Oh, look at that. Was that did you just gift one or did you actually select burn? Either way, that works out perfect. What's up, she? And plus, it's like, dude, that's just one of the main. There's literally millions of fucking websites. I guarantee you can still find it. I guarantee you there's sites that are not hosted in certain places. Oh yeah, dude, Reddit is a fucking cesspool for real. Twitter is too. I don't care how long it's been called. It was random. I don't care how long it's been called X. I'm never gonna not call it Twitter. It's just ingrained in my brain at this point. But anyways, Twitter is especially bad because you'll see a super serious post about like something dark that somebody's going through, or like this drama between a bunch of streamers, and then in the comments you just see some completely naked chick with her tits hanging out, like, oh, check out my OF, my free OF. And it's just like clearly bot spam. It's fucking out of control, dude. But you know, the sheer amount of porn on Twitter that is just completely unchecked and spammed by bots is insane. I mean, that site is like virtually useless now. The main downside of this legislation is that it's going to stop kids from going to anything like that. They're just going to be forced to go to the way shadier sites with tons of scam ads and more viruses than an actual sex worker. Well, Jesus, I just realized what you said at the end there. I wouldn't say that it's a guarantee. I would just say that it's an extra step that I'm sure some people that are not tech savvy will not, some people that are not tech savvy will not be willing to jump through. It's like the whole block thing on Twitter. People were really upset recently because they removed basically the way it used to work is when you blocked somebody on Twitter, they could no longer see your profile or your posts at all. They couldn't see shit. Yeah, they could just sign out and go to it when they're not signed in, or they could sign into like a burner or whatever, but it's that extra step that you're forcing people to go through. Like, that's enough for some people to stop doing whatever they're doing, because they don't want to have to switch to an alt every single time they want to see what you're up to. Well, for whatever reason, they got rid of that recently. So now, even if you block somebody, they can see every single thing you post as soon as you upload. Like, why? Why would you remove that? I don't understand. And when I look at it this way, we had no internet porn back then. We had magazines. Oh my God. That's the real struggle, dude. The fucking Playboy era when, you know, adult magazines were actually relevant. Just reading them for the articles, BTW. Yeah, I don't know if it's because of that or what. The one thing that I do think was a good idea was hiding like the bookmarks or the likes, whatever they did. Like, you know, when you would bookmark or like a post, it used to be visible to the public, but it's like universally hidden now unless you toggle it off or something. that is a good idea, because people were definitely using that to like stalk people and shit. I do not have a Blue Sky account, mainly because I don't really use Twitter either. I visit Twitter maybe a couple times a week if there's like a big thing going on that I want to know more about, because usually I can learn some context about it, like the crypto scam thing we were talking about, or this whole Fox Sports lawsuit. You know, if I want to know more about it, I'll just go to Twitter and search like a big name, a keyword that has to do with it, and usually I'll learn a little bit more about it. But on the whole, the idea of like posting on that website, nah. And it's been that way for years. Don't get it twisted. Even before Elon bought it, I had already completely checked out from Twitter. I don't know if it was legit, but pretty sure that happened directly after Elon liked some sort of weird... Oh, yeah, I do remember seeing that. I don't think it was ever confirmed if it was real or not. Like, some people claimed it was photoshopped, and some said it wasn't, and there was never, like, a community note about it. I don't fucking know. But, yeah. Meanwhile, Future Mute out there in the East just have easy access to a mature mangas. Yeah. Dude, Japan has a very robust collection. That is not a lie. Yeah. Well, I mean, that is true. That's very true. Here's the thing. Issuing a challenge to viewers. I did this a long time ago. Go on your personal Twitter feed, not the For You, just the homepage. Scroll your mouse wheel until your middle finger is done scrolling and you can't scroll anymore. Almost guaranteed you will find bitching, complaining, negativity, or a back and forth fight that centers around politics. Sometimes you have to go extreme and give it like 5 scrolls. And drama would also be thrown in there. You know, like TMZ style tabloid drama. So TMZ style tabloid drama, negativity, bitching, fighting, politics, you're going to find one of those 5. Like that's all it is. And there was a speedrunner recently who said this, and it's so true. Your only reward... So back in the day, if you quote unquote went viral on Twitter, if you quote unquote went viral on Twitter, there was a chance that you could actually promote your shit and like, you know, make a career out of it if it was big enough. If I blanked for a second. Anyways, that's how it used to be. Nowadays, if you go viral on Twitter, the only thing that you get is just a cavalcade of fucking harassment and doxing and everything that you don't want from that type of exposure. That's all you get now. No, I was just looking at I was just dumb enough to doom scroll and I saw something came up that confused me. So yeah. That's the only thing you get now. Like if you make a post that goes viral on Twitter, exactly, you disagreed with somebody, and it's like the most mundane things too. There's this guy named Luke Stevens who made, I guess, the egregious mistake of tweeting that he didn't like the new Suicide Squad game before it had even released because it looked like a battle pass ridden, you know, looter shooter game. And he's like, this is not a good direction for Rocksteady games to go in. They made really good single player games. I don't like this. Someone fucking swatted him because he tweeted that opinion. That's where we're at. That's really where we're at. They had like guns trained at his pets, and you know, they had a whole fucking task force that went to his house, and his kids were there. Thank God nobody actually got killed, nor any pets, but yeah. That's where we're at, is people getting doxxed over a fucking video game opinion. That's where we're at. Yeah. Because he had the audacity to say that a shitty game, which flopped horribly, might I add, looked bad before it came out. So, you know, if you're wondering why people are kind of checking out on social media, and I'll be honest, people that are my age, like around late 20s, 30, I'm seeing it a lot. Like my bosses at work have been talking about it. Like they're like, I don't even touch social media anymore. I don't go on Twitter. I don't read shit. And I actually know a lot of people my age that are just deactivating their accounts and stuff. Hey, what's up, Shadow? Don't worry about it, man. We just been yapping. You know how it is. I've just had myself a good old-fashioned yap fest tonight. You know how we do. But yeah. The primary reason I keep Facebook is because I have some family on there that like only messages via that app. Like most of the time communicating with my mom is through Facebook Messenger, but like as far as posting anything, I did say hi to you, Siren. I said what's up. Oh, unless you're talking about Shadow. Yeah, I have not personally posted anything since July 2022. So yeah. I just don't give a shit. So I use Facebook Messenger occasionally. Posting on Facebook? Nah, not interested. But, you know, it seems that nowadays everybody's all about TikTok and IG, you know. And everybody's all about the fucking vertical videos now. Everybody wants to get their own little viral, you know, their viral sensation TikTok in. And I think Vine was the start of that. You guys remember Vine? Vine was a website where you could only upload 6-second vertical short videos. And it kind of created it was the genesis of the TikTok formula that we see nowadays, where it's like quick, like setup, punchline, abrupt ending. Like that's the really common trend that we get. And usually it ends with like a really loud scream or something that just abruptly cuts off. And for some reason, people just find it so fucking funny. They lose their shit over it every single time. Facebook for recipe ideas. Twitter, Insta for 2D, 3D. Free Shavakadu. Yes, free Shavakadu. And hi, welcome to Chili's. And like the super rail skinny guy that was just in his boxers for no reason. In his underwear saying, hi, welcome to Chili's. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff. Like 2 bros sitting in a hot tub 5 feet apart because they're not gay. You know, funny enough, that was actually the Smosh guy. Anthony Padilla. That was his Vine. Like nobody knows that. The 2 bros chilling in a hot tub, that was him. But his face wasn't in the video, so nobody knew that it was him. Oh yeah, our table's broken. Yeah, the bruh meme came from Vine, and the fucking boom, the Vine boom is still used in like every TikTok nowadays. Like it never went anywhere. But yeah, there's also, I don't really want to call it dystopian because that's a very overused word, but it is very bizarre to look at this. Well, it was Nyan Cat, but yeah. There is a video of somebody just like driving down Hollywood Boulevard, and everywhere you look, there's some fucking TikTok influencer with their phone on a tripod doing a little crank dance or fucking like in front of their phones. It's like LA is just a cesspool of that stupid shit. Everywhere you look, there's like a Zoomer doing a TikTok dance underneath a tree. Like, for the love of God, dude, what fucking is society right now? Everybody's just so desperate for one singular crumb of clout, you know? Just one crumb, dude, that's all. They just want to get that shit right in there. The dopamine of attention. Influencers in the Wild, I'm pretty sure was the name of the video. But it's this person just like driving at a super slow pace through LA and just seeing shit tons of people in LA dancing around. Yeah, Insta influencers in the Wild. Like, it's so fucking annoying, dude. And they're all staging photos too. It's like some girl at the beach and she's like doing this with her hair and whatever, and it's just like talking back and forth, and she's got a photographer there that's like, okay, cool, now give me one of these, now give me one of these, and then they're like scrolling through the picture deciding which one would get the most likes, and then they decide to post it, and then you see the post and it's like, living my best life, #blessed, You know, some stupid shit like that. It's like, bro, you didn't even like enjoy the beach. You just went there to stage a photo. That's all you did. Yeah, there was also one where a lady like jumped out of a car with a hammer and pretended to participate in a protest, and it turned out that she got caught red-handed faking it. As soon as they took the photo, they like jumped in their car and sped away because it was considered a dangerous area where protests were still ongoing. Yeah, right here. So this lady pulled out a drill and tried to pretend that she was... Yeah, she tried to pretend that she was like cleaning up after a riot. But in reality, they took the photo, they got their photo op, and then they fucking ran away, jumped in the car, and drove off immediately. That's all they did. And then she made a post that was like, trying to fix the damage in my community or whatever, or, you know, building it back piece by piece. Yeah, here's another example. They jump out the car, she goes to this crosswalk here, they take the photo, they immediately run away, jump into their fancy car and drive off, and then she makes a post about how she's actively participating in the protest, and they like edited the background behind her to make it look like, you know, she was actually in the middle of one. It's so fucking stupid, man. Oh no. What have we got here?
Yeah, no, you fucking didn't. You're just blatantly fucking lying. There's no fucking way you bought eyes at Costco, bro. What, Costco's now fucking selling illegal body parts? Not a fucking chance, kid.
Did he lie, though? Where was the lie? You tell me where the lie was. But yeah, if you live your life by this philosophy, social media becomes a lot more tolerable. Just consider the fact, because it is a fact, that 90 to 95% of every single post you see is completely staged, fabricated horseshit, and you'll be able to digest it a lot easier when you see all those things of like, you know, and everybody edits their photos too. That's something else to keep in mind. For anybody who's like, oh, you know, I need to get in the gym and look a little bit better. I mean, sure, everybody could stand to probably diet a little better. For fuck's sake, I know I can. Everybody can, but you got to remember, like, these influencers are fucking editing shadows onto their abs to make them look more defined. They're like flexing so hard they're almost about to give themselves a fucking hernia so that they look yoked on camera. They're dehydrating themselves and shit. Everybody does it. All these fucking fitness influencers and all these different, they all do it. So don't get it twisted. Almost, and roids, yes. Don't get it twisted. Almost everything you see is bullshit. Fabricated for engagement. And the biggest issue I have with Twitter is that you get paid for engagement now. So you are literally paid good money to rage bait. To just go on Twitter and say, this outlandish thing is true, or this outlandish thing, you know, is real, and I have proof, and then you just never post the proof, but it gets a whole bunch of engagement. You make money on that. So that's what people do now. They just intentionally rage bait on there and make bank doing it. Can't tell which hits first, the hypothermia or the frostbite. I think hypothermia, right? Frostbite is what happens when like the actual flesh itself starts to die. But yeah. You know what I'm really sick of? The fitness influencers is them going into the grocery store and telling you what to not buy. Yes, I think any rational person can identify that they probably shouldn't be eating Little Debbie cakes. They'll pick them up and they're like, this shit is keeping you big as hell. You need to fucking throw this shit in the garbage. It's like, no shit. Like, any sensible person would know not to eat that if you're dieting. What are you on about, dude? So, I mean, you know, and the reality is I probably should post at least some clips on TikTok. In fact, I think it's stupid that I'm not. But one thing I certainly wouldn't do is like engage with people on TikTok. I wouldn't respond to comments or anything. I would literally just throw the clip over there and just whatever happens, happens. You know, if one clip manages to take off or whatever and a bunch of people come to check out the stream because of that, whatever. But I'm not going to, you know, actually have conversations with people on that app. I have no interest in that type of thing. Like they're telling you how to not blow your nose like a beta. Yeah. They're telling you how to do everything like a quote unquote man, you know. It's claimed that Fears to Fathom is true, honest stories that were based on real events. But the thing is, there's a channel of people telling their stories are made up shit. Hour and a half, we gonna play games today? I actually don't know. I was going to play a Fears to Fathom game, but I really wanted to kind of do all those in one shot. So, but hey, I'm just down to do whatever you guys want to do. I'm down to yap. If you guys want to yap some more, I can yap. I enjoy yapping. But I do have to take a piss really quick, so let me do that.
おい、ゴンジドン。お前、親戚におめでたがあるから今日一日お暇いただきますって言ったのはいいがな。こんなにおめえ遅く帰ってくるとは思わなかったよ。おめえが一人いねえってと困らな他の若い衆が急に忙しくなっちまって。どうも申し訳ございませんでした。早く帰ろうと思ったんですがね、この雨でござしたんでね、どうも手間取っちまいまして。申し訳ございませんでした。自分の部屋に戻ってきたゴンジが、嫌な摂取をした。思い出しただけで寒気がするが、気のせいかな。それとも
Oh, so this is disc 2 of the Silent Hill 4 soundtrack. It starts with a song and then there's like a radio drama that plays after the songs on that side. So the music ended and it went into the radio drama like phase of the song. But it's this one. Anyways. Whew. I'm fucking sweating under these lights, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I've got like 2 massive spotlights. I think you asked me about that before, Shadow. The only reason why they don't DMCA me is because nobody cares about these songs anymore because they're like 20 plus years old. But if they did, then I would be DMCA'd. Do you guys see the RTX 5070? It apparently has the same performance as a 4090 and it's like $550. That's actually insane. Oh yeah, I think that's part of the reason why, Future. I hear Black Fairy all the time in like those, you know, those typical like, oh, scary story being told on Joe Rogan, you know, type TikTok videos. I hear Black Fairy on those videos all the fucking time. All the time. Alright, what do you guys say we do Fears to Fathom 1, 2, and 3 tonight? And then we do 4 and 5 tomorrow night. Does that sound good? Fear of the Dark is, yes, Fear of the Dark is very often used. Nick Crowley uses Silent Hill music in his darkest moments in internet history videos all the time now too. Alright, so my other question is green screen or no green screen? I noticed something very annoying last stream is I had like this tiny little seam where there was like a gap underneath my body, so it looked like I was floating. So I would fix that, but up to you guys. Should we use a green screen or no? As an agent of the people, I do what the people tell me, dude. That's just what I do. What does the green screen? All green. Burn. Green yes, green no. What are these mixed signals I'm getting from my chat room, dude? What does it all mean? What does it all mean? I'm gonna use it. I'm making an executive decision. I scream for green screen. I bet you do. Nobody said no, you schizo. A fair assessment. A fair assessment. Let's see. Search for a category. Fears to Fathom, episode 1. Home Alone. Update my title. Fears to Fathom, episodes 1 through 3. Now hopefully we don't get that fucking weirdo in here again tonight, like begging me to join voice chat for no goddamn reason. Okay. Alright, that should fix my issue. Alright, so let me launch the game and then I'll fix the audio and we will play. Yeah, Shadow's got ads, unfortunately. Holy, sorry about that. That volume is far too loud. Much better. Alright, I'm just gonna pull up the green screen and then we'll get to it. You might hear some loud banging. I will say this is the only Elgato product I've ever purchased that was actually worth the money. Is their green screen is actually very good. But that's the only credit I'm giving them. They don't get any more credit than that. That's all. And there it is. So we're good. Looking a little bit like an alien, but I can't do much about that. So we're gonna put down a bunch of traps for a couple of robbers to nearly kill themselves on. Appreciate that, Shadow. That's just because of a shit ton of lights on me. I have like 3 massive lights on me right now, so I can't see a whole lot. Alright, so let's get started here. Home Alone. July 12th. Should we turn this into an ASMR stream? I didn't want to put this up on Reddit for it to just be called a piece of fiction. I don't even know where to start. Excuse my lack of good storytelling skills. I guess I'll just start. It was the middle of summer. My parents had left for that weekend due to a work trip, which meant I was all by myself for the weekend. Also, I feel like I do have to mention that my sleep schedule was really messed up around this time. I would sleep and get up at just about any time of the day, though I did plan on fixing that. What an annoying fucking alarm, holy. I woke up at around 8 after a nap that evening. I'm just gonna get real close up on the mic and do a vocal fry, like the ASM artists do. What would you guys think if I just talked like this for the rest of the stream? You can't really whisper into this mic, because if you whisper, it sounds like shit. Oh shit, you see the outline? See, this is what happens, watch. So the outline is up here. So I have to turn the brightness up to get that to go away. See how it like disappears when I do that? That's why it's annoying. And something else that I usually have to do is put a hand up and let it auto adjust. Man, that's weird how it's like so blatant this time. I usually don't have to do all that. Oh. Fudge Me. Now that's a name I haven't seen in here in a while. Where's Fudge Me been? Where's that man been? Yeah, now we're looking pretty crystal clear. A little bright though. Oh shit. There we go. I did not mean to do that. Sorry about that. He disappeared. Nah, I've seen him in other Discords, just hasn't been watching. But yeah, you can't whisper into this mic, because if you whisper, you get really loud. Here. So listen, if you whisper, you get a lot of background noise and it sounds like shit. You see what I mean? Can't do that. You have to at least talk very softly. So that's what I'll do. I did have homework that night, but I was too hungry to do it right after waking up. I really did have to do homework, but as I said, I had to eat something first. I love the lighting out here too. Wait, when are you guys going to be back? Dad and I are going to be back on Monday, honey. Didn't I tell you that yesterday? Cool. Take care, honey. Sleep on time. I hope you'll get the Xbox like you promised. I mean, if you get that discount, can I invite Mason and Josh over for the night for homework? Of course you can. Call me if you need anything. Make sure to check it's them on the door before opening it. Take a check through the blinds. Take care, honey. Sure thing, Mom. Dad and I may be back by Sunday evening. Why are you being so paranoid? Mom, I'm 14. Think I'm going to take a little nap. Probably going to order some pizza. Yes. No need to order anything. Already made you lasagna this morning. Check the fridge. Here's Mason Oliver. Yo. You coming to Jessica's tomorrow? Yeah, I heard Josh is coming too. What about you? I don't know. What's wrong? Weren't you going to see her yesterday? She didn't show up. It's like I don't even matter. You matter, unless you multiply yourself by the speed of light squared, then you're energy. I guess I'm energy then. How's Kim? Yeah, crap, I totally forgot. Probably going to do tonight. LOL, same. My parents are out for the night. Want to come over? We can play Mario Kart too. I'll let you know. Okay, call Josh too. I can't promise, dude. May have plans with Nat. I'm practicing my ASMR voice. I'm not using the correct equipment for it, but you know what? We're gonna get a little bit of practice in. How about that? Plus, we have to be quiet in case any bad actors can hear us. You know what I'm saying? Narrative's too good. Fuck narrative switch. We have stamp instead. Exactly. Let me be the catalyst for the narrative. Why is it so fucking dark in your own home? Nobody. At least not yet. I love the lighting in these games too. We gotta get our lasagna. Food was cold. When I do get the right equipment, I'll do some ASMR and I'll see what you guys think about it. I'd probably need like an Audio-Technica AT2035 or something like that to do proper ASMR videos, as they say. Like literally just grabbed it right out of the oven with his hands. What a fucking beast. Gonna eat it with his hands on the couch too. Totally normal thing to watch. Yeah, in Ironbark you have to cook multiple times actually. I was already feeling very sleepy after eating the food. I just shoveled that shit down. Well, I ain't got time to clean. Fucking disturbing ass TV show. We're gonna have to call it off, man. Something just came up, but you gotta come to Jessica's tomorrow. You flaky son of a bitch. He's flakier than grandma's biscuits. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Miles. Gotta see you tomorrow. What am I throwing? I will tell you guys, I never did homework all through high school. Like, not once. I got done with the homework for the day in about a few hours. All I did in high school was I would sit at home and play Counter-Strike and Modern Warfare 2. And before that, COD 4 and Halo 3. And when I would go into school the next morning, I would get there like 40 minutes before classes started, and I would always rush and do my homework at breakfast. I managed to coast just by doing that. Don't stay up too late, you kids. I shouldn't get to hear from Mrs. Paula this time.
Look here! Look, listen!
Hey, you disrupted. You disrupted the relaxing environment that I'm trying to help you all get to sleep, and you disrupted it. How do you feel? I hope you feel ashamed. That's what I hope. It's definitely darker now. I wonder how much of this house they borrowed for the Carson House chapter. Probably a bunch, right? You can walk outside, yes, but I'm not going to. Best sound redeemed by... What? Was that rain on the inside of the... I think we're supposed to sleep. Because Miles isn't doing shit anyways. I got up to get some water. He said, oh shoot, I forgot my water. LOLs. Bro, get the fuck up, you clown. I'm gonna stay high diddly. It's high diddly drated. I'm gonna take me a dozen eggs to bed. You guys know how it is when you get hungry in the middle of the night. You gotta grab a dozen eggs out and drink that shit raw. This dude Miles is gonna be pissing like a racehorse after drinking all this water. You there? If you like solidified artificial fruit flavors getting jammed into your teeth for the rest of your days, yes. I'm just sitting here chugging water. Paula sent me, said he's been creeping through the windows. We're calling the cops. You kids lock every door and hide in your room. Don't answer the door no matter what he does. Alert NPCs. Well, I'm drinking my water, dude. I'm living my best life. Hashtag bless. I don't have a photographer to post on IG, but I'm chilling right now. He's gonna walk in. I'm gonna say, it's giving broke boy energy. Couldn't be me, bro. I would never walk into someone's house. I'd be embarrassed if I were you. He just shattered the window. Chat, we are cooked. Yeah, that's at least minus 1,000 aura. And that's being generous. It's Paula at the door. Mom's so sorry, honey. Everything's gonna be alright. If I got a text like that, I would... Who is he? I'm not answering shit. I'm trying to do my work. You ate and left no crumbs. Oh no, I know Shadow. I've played these before. Paula's coming over to try to mess up my vibes, and I'm not going to allow it. See, I don't care if my mom tells me she's calling the cops. I would still fucking call the cops myself. So from what I understand, you can actually be downstairs when the guy breaks in. But from what I understand about this game, you actually have to just wait it out. Like once you're up here or downstairs, you have to wait until the cops show up. This one is almost like a tech demo for the rest of the games. Yeah, and I'll be able to see the mic level on screen. But I do love the lighting. No doubt about that. I'm going to bed after I... Oh my god. You said it. I thought you have to walk to a certain point. He breaks in, you hide, then the cops arrive. No, you can just wait. You can hide under the bed. It just takes a little bit longer. I gotta say, it's gonna be way easier on my voice to talk like this. You guys don't know, sometimes I be yelling on here. Yeah, like eventually you'll just hear the police sirens in the distance, and then the credits start to roll. Yeah, that's just what Twitch chat does if you put a period like that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he reused the same neighborhood in Carson House, which is understandable. But it didn't time out Shadow's link. What the hell is that? Siren, are you trying to mislead this community? Are you trying to lead them to a site where they're going to get a rootkit on their computer? Because I think that's what you're trying. Bro, where are these lazy fucking cops? Holy shit. And Paula has rang the door approximately 3,000 fucking times. I need my emotional support water. Because as is normal behavior, whenever I get nervous, I drink roughly 3.5 gallons of water in one sitting and give myself water intoxication. Yeah, we already heard the window. The problem is if you walk past the other bedroom, he charges you and you die. So I can't do that. Trust me, the cops will eventually show up. It just takes a while. Yeah, waiting simulator. It's very exciting gameplay. No, it doesn't take that long. It's like 5-6 in-game minutes. But what happens if we turn this on? remember a lot of people recommending this to me the first time. And I think I got caught like 4 times in a row until I did exactly this. I just sat in the room until the credits played and I legit thought I bugged the game. But it is beautiful outside, I'm not gonna lie. I especially love games that have themes like this, where it's just like your neighborhood at night and the crazy shit that can happen when you're by yourself. Because this is the type of thing that we all have an experience with. Now, Ironbark Lookout and Woodbury Getaway are a little bit more extreme examples because there's like multiple people involved and they're going on vacation and stuff. But ones like this I can definitely relate to. Yeah, and apparently it's like one guy named Rail, Rayll. It's like one guy that makes all these games. No, it wouldn't pick it up because of the way that I have my audio routed. It doesn't go through the mic. But yes, that would be a little bit ridiculous. Bro, these are the fucking slowest cops of all time. I almost feel like this is not the intended way to do this, because I've seen a lot of people get the ending where you're downstairs. I just thought you were supposed to come back up to the bedroom. Why would you go back downstairs? It doesn't make any sense. But now it's like we've committed to this way to beat it, so we almost have to. Just wait it out. No, I can't go past the master bedroom or he'll run out. Look at the trees just floating in midair because he didn't bother to render out that part of the neighborhood. Understandable. God, that's really fucking disturbing. I wonder if we were downstairs, what would happen? I think I have to be under the bed. Back-breaking gameplay. This is where we take the opportunity to take a sip, and I bang the water bottle into the mic arm. Sorry. That's the real nightmare. The police just never show up and we're on our own. They will eventually, guys. Copium. Fun facts with stamp under the bed. Well, that sounds a lot dirtier than I'm sure you intended it to. I'm gonna try to get caught. Is that my guy standing right there? I already know what's gonna happen. Let's make a break for it, though. Run, bitch. What the fuck? Fuck this game and everybody that developed it. The one guy. And the weird thing is, it actually closes your launcher when you do that, too. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do this time. Oh god, the audio's fucked up again. Okay. That's what we're gonna do this time. Alright, we're gonna skip through all the dialogue. We already know what's going on. If we would have just waited it out, we probably would have been done by now, but I want to try something else. Because you know what? I'm not in the mode for boring gameplay right now. Yes, we bitch about a pizza. We go eat lasagna with our hands right out of the oven because we don't give a fuck. Ignore messages from our mom because she's useless. Yeah, I'm gonna stay down here this time after I drink the water. I want to see where he goes, and then that way when Paula answers the door, I can go right to it instead. Or when she comes to the door. I don't know if that's gonna work, but we'll give it a shot. You piece of shit. You just need everything your little particular fucking way, don't you? There you go. He just obliterated 3,000 calories of lasagna. Fucking atomic heartburn is on the way. Fuck you, Mason. Okay. Now we do our fucking homework. We lay down. And then I'm gonna go downstairs and stay downstairs. Oh, you piece of shit. Yeah, this is before any of these even had checkpoints or anything, too. A Detroit, it was a lasagna. I'll tell you what, I could go for some fucking pizza right now. Can I grab the water bottle now? Let's grab it and put it up here. That way we don't have to leave. You can see the guy that breaks in. Detroit pizza is kind of mid. It's too thick. It's more like a cake. It's like pizza cake. I feel the same way about Chicago. Give me that thin crust. Yeah, for real. If it did, we could cause 2 people to almost die. New York pizza is the best in my opinion, yes. Got up to get some water. Little do they know, I pre-stashed some water up here. Why are all the lights off anyway? Oh shit. I bet they're gonna make me drink this one anyway. I swear I saw one of the endings where somebody was in the living room. Oh, I think I have to go back up. The door is literally open, is it not? Or is that just a seam? Bro, what the fuck is going on? Oh, I think we're supposed to try to go back to bed. I'm trying to B-hop in Fears to Fathom. Okay. Now whenever Paula comes to the door, we're gonna answer it. So now I have to dolphin dive. So maybe we do walk past him, we just crouch the whole way? Okay, that was the window. Now she's gonna say Paul is at the door. What the fuck, dude? This game makes no fucking sense. How am I supposed to get past this guy? So dumb, dude. He phased through the goddamn wall and took me out. That's what he did. Oh, when the door opens, run right back to the bed. Okay, okay. I understand it now. Like a lethal shooter, right? I understand it now. I get the reference. I'm not that old. Yeah, you didn't want to put it up on Reddit, but you're a selfish piece of shit and you put it up there anyway. You wanted attention. You're a farmer. That's all you are. You're a content farmer. I understand it now. For real, do you guys prefer this ASMR style presentation, or would you prefer I just speak at a normal volume like a standard human being? I can do either one. Yeah, there's no chapter selection in this one because that was before he decided to implement that. I just have to be careful because I can't react too hard. If I react too hard, I'll break the... If I react too hard, it breaks the immersion. I appreciate that, Mel. And it's going to help my voice last longer because I'm not screaming on here all night. Screaming on the computer like it's 2008 in my mom's basement. And I'm getting really mad at Halo 3. Not that I speak from experience, of course. Yeah, it turns into a much longer game when you never properly figured out how to beat it. Yeah, the only thing I worried about with the whispering is, well, not really whispering, I'm just softly talking, but the only thing I worry about is there's a little bit of a hiss that I hear in the background because the mic has a little bit of that. But when I listen back to the stream, I hear way less than what I hear in my own ears, so maybe it's not that bad. Yeah, he just ate 3,000 calories of lasagna and he's in for some god-forsaken heartburn later on. I don't know how he can go to bed right after that. What a masochist. What an absolute unit. I can't even hear a little of this hiss. Okay, perfect. So it's just in my own ears. You got to remember, I'm monitoring the mic and it's much louder for me. So there's a lot of subtleties in the signal you guys probably can't hear. Not that that's a bad thing. I'll take it. This is the new presentation, the new ASMR style we're going for. We're just going to call it Hi-Fi Skibbity ASMR. For real Sigma males only. Beta males need not apply. Because I'll tell you what. We don't have time. We don't have time for this. Is that water leaking from the... Oh no, it's just a fucked up seam on the wall. I saw Spider-Man ASMR. Never listened to. Where the fuck did I put my water? Oh shoot, I forgot to get my water. Haha. Never listened to cheese grander and chains rubbing together so loud. The ASMR that I really can't stand is when people are chewing really squishy food. Like eating squid or some shit. I can't stand that. That's just disgusting to me. And you know what? I won't have it. Whispering about topics that shouldn't be whispered about, true. Where they're just like, alright guys, today I'm going to share my political views with you. I'm gonna get on my soapbox and pretend to be a better person than you. Get ready. I put a lot of effort into my content. You can go to paypig.com and send me a band for all the hard work that I did, because I had to click start recording and I had to start speaking and looking at the camera. It was really hard. So I hope you can support me in my endeavors. Moving forward. I've also seen, just in general, fast food eating ASMR. It's a pervert. He's at the door. There was this channel way back in the day, the first ASMR channel I was ever exposed to. It was called Taylor ASMR Darling. Hey, that's Paula, I believe. Yeah, it was called Taylor ASMR Darling, and she did a Chick-fil-A ASMR, and the whole time she just like leaned into her mic and chewed very slowly and loudly on the fries and everything. And I was like, who the fuck wants to listen to this? I have always found that disgusting. I know people are always like, oh, tingle ASMR. Did you get tingles? No, I didn't get tingles. I cringed. That's all I did. The hell are you talking about, tingles? What does that even mean? How does bro have red on him? Shaun of the Dead? It's the police. I hear them in the distance. Easy. Every time. You know how we do. It literally just closes the launcher. Well, that's another game first tried. I know, sometimes we make these things look easy on this stream, but I'll be the first to tell you, not only are they not easy, it takes a lot of time, practice, and effort. So if you want to get seriously good at video games, you're going to need to practice a lot. Now, I'm not here to flex, of course. I've never flexed in my life, but that was very smooth, and I'm very proud of how that went. So now let's move on to episode 2, known as Norwood Hitchhike.
Bruh.
I need to change my tags. I have to add the ASMR tag now. I'm a legitimate ASMR streamer now, guys. It doesn't matter if my equipment is the exact wrong equipment for it. I make it work. You know what? I play the hand in life that I've been given. The dealer of life is cruel. And although I was dealt a bad hand, and I'm deafening myself right now, I'll tell you something that is absolutely true. Alright. Oh, what about Echo ASMR? This will be my first time doing this. It's crazy how much easier this is on my voice, though, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, episode 2. Norwood Hitchhike. June 16th. It will be punched eventually. One day that tag will no longer be applicable. This happened to me when I was 19. I'm a little over 21 now. I still remember this very clearly because of how creeped out I felt. I was a bit hesitant to write this out for the internet at first, but getting it out may help, even if just a little bit. I was one of those people that loves gaming conventions. I'd go to every convention I get the chance to, and sometimes even meet some of my online friends. Though my parents weren't always thrilled at the idea of me going on interstate drives, but a plane ticket would have been too expensive. This convention I was at went great, and it was now the day to drive back home, but when I set off, I soon realized the traffic was horrible. I decided that I'd take the long way to avoid the traffic. It was a little over a 12-hour drive. Yeah, Carson House is my favorite one, and always has been. Oh, this is the first one with music. Don't text and drive, gamers. But do drive on the left lane. You ever dated a crazy person like that, Shadow? Alright, chat. That's what we call a first try. Oh, easy clap, I know we're really making it look easy tonight, and I apologize for that. So we're going to go ahead and move on to Carson House. Dude, I should try some whisper ASMR when I get the proper mic for it and see how it goes. I actually think I might be able to pull it off, although some people will probably roast me saying that it's sus or zesty or whatever, but you know what? I don't care if it's sus or zesty. The only thing I want is a crumb of that clout. If I get a crumb of internet clout, fuck all the haters. That's what I'm saying, dude. Raise my revenue. Get me 1,000 subs. That's all I need. I don't need any of the haters. I don't need any of the detractors. All I need is for a little bit of that sweet, sweet AdSense to be sent my way. That's all I need. Stampede _ ASMR. Let's go. Aiden Williams. Stuck in the biggest traffic jam of the country. No one says sus anymore. They do on Twitter. But that's alright. We don't listen to Twitter. No, you know what? Sussy Bacchus. Go to your room and think about what you've just typed. Where did you reach? Still about 6 hours from the city. Got stuck in a jam. Sounds like she's in a bit of a pickle. I'm sorry. I'd like to apologize to all my supporters and everyone that ever believed in me. That joke is not appropriate, and it's something I'm not proud of. I was in a dark place. I started playing Minecraft. I was in such a dark place. Oh my god. Bro, what is going on? Get me the fuck out of here. Oh, SoundCloud, let's go. Yeah. Hey. Chat, should I put out a mixtape? Would I be cooked if I put out a mixtape? Is that the road right there? Dude, get me out of this fucking cornfield. Yes, we did it. We navigated the shark-infested waters and came out on the other side. Because that's just what we do. Dude, I have to talk so close that even the whispers are registering. This is weird. Dad, stop fucking texting me. You're putting me in a life-threatening situation when I'm trying to drive. Oh, let me ram this citizen down. Oh, let's try to get out. What the hell, dude? I was just gonna talk to him. What an antisocial fuck. This song reminds me of a time when I was sad on the internet. I'm in my sad boy era, chat. I have to buy some beanies. And I have to buy some fake face tattoos so that I can pretend to be sadder than I really am. It's just the natural progression of my brand as a streamer. Can you turn off your fucking high beams? They're gonna give everyone here a migraine. A hot dog for $2.25 in this fucking economy? Oh my god. What a fucking ripoff. Can we confront the owner about this horse shit? Fucking absolute ripoff prices, and I won't allow it. How's your night going? He just looked at me. Where are you headed? Ma'am, hi, can I get $10 on pump 2? You heading to the bridge by yourself? Yes, why? Not a lot of people head down there this time of year. Be careful. What do you mean? For about a century, many people have gone missing down there, and people who went looking for them never returned. Locals say the Norwood Valley monster had torn them up and hung them upside down on the trees. Cool. Where's this one fucking pipsqueak at? Is he leaving? What the Sigma? You heard about it, the Norwood Valley Monster? Huh? The Norwood Valley Monster. You know anything? Big mistake. I'll tell you what was a big mistake, is these fucking khaki pants you've got on. You have any fucking idea what year it is? You absolute fuck. Like, that's like minus 1,000 aura. You got pumped too, thanks. I'm stealing this. Y'all have a good day. You need to pay for that. No, no, absolutely not. I'll pay for that. You know what? You can have it. I don't even want it. There will be consequences. I'll tell you what, I'm coming over there. He's playing solitaire. This piece of shit isn't even doing his job right. Ma'am, please stop that. What are you doing? Yeah, I mean, honestly, who is gonna stop me? Oh, here we go. Consuming these items increases your sprint speed. OMG, chat. It has JRPG-like elements. I'm going to be able to race chocobos and snowboard. I'm going to call the cops. Fucking call them, bitch. Yeah, call the cops. Call them. Get them down here. Nuisance. Annoy the gas station clerk. You know what? I'm just gonna leave your entire fucking store in shambles. That's what I'm gonna do. You disrespected me. And this guy's such a soy, he doesn't even have the ability to fight back. Look at this, I'm literally hitting him right in the ass. Right in the dump truck. He doesn't even have the balls to respond. Vegan Milky. It literally says Vegan Milky. And one more thing. If you see a woman in a white or blue gown trying to get a ride, do not stop. Who is she? Some people say that she died in a car accident there on prom night. Some say that she seeks vengeance after she was murdered here. Regardless, she's out for blood. Whatever you do, never, ever, under any circumstance, pick up a hitchhiker. Those people out there on the road putting their thumbs out, they ain't what you think, ma'am. They just ain't. Oh, what was it? Hello, sir. I do like how it's kind of dynamic and the descriptions change based on how you play. That's cool. Yeah, I think the mom asks us to get dog food or something. I filled the tank and I was off to road again. Yeah. Yeah, he ran away right as we got close. Look at this fucking store. We've left it in complete disarray. For good boys and girls, pat pat. I love this about indie games, little quirks like this. This guy sounds like XXX Tentacion. R.I.P. Being on the road, you do realize a thing. Monsters truly do exist. And every single one of them looks just like you and me. Surprisingly, there was dog food at the gas station. You don't need to pay me for it. It's not expired or anything, right? Yeah, so Shadow was talking about this earlier, but the developers allege that these are all based on real stories, but nobody can actually find the origin stories of any of them, like anywhere on the internet, so people actually assume that it's all just made up, and the whole based on a true story thing is just, you know, speculation or to garner attention. But we don't know for sure. One thing I do know is I'm gonna rear end this fuck. I wasn't the best at driving. I needed to drive by and flick him off. Sometimes you just gotta put the middle finger up just to let him know one time, you know what I mean? You can't just let these motherfuckers win like that. Can you turn your fucking headlights on? This is a really dangerous situation you're putting yourself in. Yeah, one of the best parts of Iron Bark is kind of like this too, just driving with music. Right, some of these situations definitely seem like they're exaggerated a little bit for entertainment purposes, but I mean, hey, isn't it entertainment at the end of the day? So I can't really get too upset about it, you know what I mean? I could choose to be really mad. I mean, I'm fucking furious. But does it do anything at the end of the day? Nah, not really. Nice little detail that the radio goes out once we kind of go off the road here. Also, true stories only implies that these stories were told at some point, not necessarily that the contents were true occurrences. Yeah, that's a big loophole that movies also exploit. They say based on a true story, meaning the story has been told by one person or another, but it has no relevance on whether or not that story is real, exactly like you said. Did you hear the rabbit? I ran over it. That was an accident. I didn't actually mean to do that. There's this very weird thing about that night. I saw 2 big logs. Thought I could drive past the logs, but those wouldn't budge. By the way, if anybody ever sees this in real life, turn around as quickly as fucking possible and leave. It almost seemed as someone had deliberately put those there. But I didn't think much of it at the time. Those were heavy. Yeah, if you ever see like an intentional roadblock in the middle of any road really, turn around and drive the opposite direction as quickly as possible, because they set these traps up in some places specifically so that you'll get out and try to move them, and then they can jump you when you do that or steal your vehicle or just kill you. Yeah, especially if there's tire spikes. And you know what? It wouldn't be a bad idea to be strapped at that point either. And now the car won't start. And this is just how it all goes, isn't it? Yeah, try it 8 more times. Maybe it'll work. Driving at night is really therapeutic for me. Well, at least it used to be. The car wouldn't start back up. And just like that, I was stranded in the middle of nowhere with no phone service. I'm not saying I was starting to believe whatever the bullcrap was that the gas station clerk pulled. But I would be lying if I say I didn't feel the slightest of unease. Yeah, this one has like some weird translation errors. I don't mean to make this sound like a cliche horror story, but throughout my life I was told not to take rides from strangers. But in that moment I had no choice. I was scared to think how long it would take for someone else to pass. They took my damn car radiator. True. Or in some of the extreme cases, they take your kidneys and sell them on eBay. I saw a car nearing. Oh, we're dead. Pure evil. I didn't understand how somebody could leave another human being stranded like that. It's because they knew what the situation was, and they said, I'm not getting trapped there too. You know? They knew exactly what it was. They just wanted to test it. See what I did there? 10:43 p.m. Yeah, the fucking dog food. That'll get us out of here. I'll trade him a bag of dog food for a nice little truck ride into the city. The nearest city. Oh, is it this guy again? It is. You're the girl from the gas station. Didn't think anybody would stop for me here. What are you trying to do out here? I think my car just broke down. I can't call for help. There's no phone service. You think I can get a ride? Where are you heading to? Just the nearest stop where I can call for help. Hop in. Thanks so much. Could you wait till I get my stuff? Hurry up. Just throw it in the back. I won't be here for too long. Yeah, he just rams on the gas and leaves immediately. Understandable. Gotta get the skateboard. I mean, how could I go without it? blow my nose. Hang on a second. I know he told me to hurry, but I really don't give a shit. Alright, good to go. Dude, it's so hard. It's so hard to not want to talk louder into the mic. Because I'm so used to doing that. Just for some reason feeling like I need to get max volume out of it. Talking quieter is a big adjustment for me. It's going to take a while to get used to. But maybe we make it a permanent thing with games like this for a while. We'll see. Alright, I got all my shit. Hurry up, I need to get moving now. Can you help me get my stuff? It's not safe to get out here. Oh. I'm done. Finally, now hop in and be quick. Just wanted to show that you can actually do that. It doesn't check to see whether or not you still have the stuff. Just wanted to point that out.
You're pretty good.
Jesus, that scared the shit out of me. So you won't tell me where you are, or who you are, where you're going? I'd rather not say if that's okay. If you say so. You soft locked the game? No, I did not. I soft lock every game I play, but thankfully not this one. Yet. You're really lucky I had to be on this side of the town tonight. I must say, you are one brave young woman. What's that supposed to mean? I already knew it. You got any clue what happened to your car back there? It's an old car. That's it? I think so. So, what do you think about what he told you back at the gas station? He really creeped me out. Interesting. Idiot tells that to every person traveling down here.
This town is full of monsters. How can you sit there and eat pizza?
Eddie fucking moaning while eating the pizza is very disturbing. So is it true? What, the monster? Let's see. I've never seen the monster for myself, but there are some things. And I'm afraid your car breaking down could have been one of them. Hey, listen. I don't want to sound like that moron, but just remember this. You don't bother them, and you don't be bothered. I fail to see the danger. You know, I'm sorry for being a jerk to you before. I'm not the best with people. Looks like Tom Hanks. Oh, God. Let's not get into that conversation. But let's just say you're not wrong. After a little bit of small talk, he dropped me by a motel. Apparently they offered roadside assistance. Besides, I thought I could use a little rest. Be careful, there are all kinds of people out here, he said ominously before leaving. Okay, guys. Alright, I can't do the soft speaking anymore. It's starting to weird me out. It's just not my thing, okay? We're just going to talk normal from here on out. I gave it an honest shot. The man was putting out the creepiest vibes imaginable. Gal need a room to shack up for the night? Yes, I'm only going to be here for a few hours. $40 for single, pay cash only. Room number 9, right over there. Talk about the car. $90. Tommy will take care of it next thing in the morning. You don't even know what's wrong with it. Good, I'll let Tommy know. And one last thing. Try not to wake the other guests. They might not take very nicely to it. Yeah, I really like the subtle fog in these games. Whew. Here, we'll do episodes 1 and 2 tonight, and then the next nights we'll do 3, 4, and 5. Wearing the same shirt as the clerk, yeah. So our mom finally messaged us and asked where we're at, because we got service back. And then Aiden said that our dad was calling him. It was nice and warm inside. Except there was a smell, a type of musky smell you get from old houses. That smelly smell, you know what I mean? That's what she said? Wow, what year is it? See, I just naturally went back into the soft speaking. Why'd that sound so fucking ominous, though? We're a vampire. See, Shadow Man, you may not know, but for boomers like me, TVs actually used to look like this when we were younger. Believe it or not.
Bruh.
Bad timing. That was the best timing. What are you doing here? I should be asking you. I'm Tommy, room service, here at Roadway Inn, the finest stopover in Norwood. What were you doing in there? You know, cleaning. He was chafing his carrot. I don't need evidence. Guy at the front desk gave me this room. See what I mean? That's all the evidence I need. You're gonna tell me he wasn't? I'm gonna have to ask you to step outside while I make the room. I'll just get my stuff. Please wait outside, I said. Go get your stuff. Dude, I'm trying. There's not even a fucking bed in here. That fucking timing was so on point, dude. The jump scare hadn't even fully finished yet before the bruh came out. Yeah, our stuff is right here. Somehow magically teleported even though I threw it all out of the truck. Really needed me some energy soda. I clipped it, nice. Throw that in stream highlights in the Discord. It's a speedrun strategy, chat. You can actually consume the energy drink while holding 2 items, bypassing the limitation of only being able to carry 1 thing per hand in this game. It's a sequence break. Had word with Joe about the situation. What's wrong with these people? Mercy, mercy, mercy. But don't you worry, it's safe here. I go get your car. And also, the room's phone is not working. If you need anything, just ask at the front desk. We've been trying to get it fixed, but we haven't been seeing enough guests lately. Hee hee hee. But you have a good night. Imagine trying to watch Superman. Some lady keeps turning her TV on and off, restarting her show. Posted a wicked sick controller in Discord. Oh no. Only had 2 hands. She tried to pick him up. Is it going to be one that's like crusted beyond belief? Because I have a feeling it is, dude. You're going to post a heinous controller that's going to give me nightmare fuel. That's what you're going to do. I know you. I know you're kind. Yeah, see, I'm not. If I'm at a hotel, I'm closing the fucking blinds. I don't want to see outside. Fuck that. Fucking disturbing. Appreciate that, Shadow. I'm not trying to see any outside. Look at this. Call it a foresight, but there was something very off about that place. I couldn't help shaking the feeling that something wasn't right. The feeling of tiredness was overcome by anxiety. A hot cup of coffee would help, I thought to myself. Yes, because as you all know, if your anxiety is high, coffee is what you need. Right. I'll be honest, if I drink too much coffee, I don't even deal with anxiety. I just get very jittery. And it will forcibly give me anxiety, even though I don't ever deal with it normally. It's very questionable. Yeah, it reverses the controls here. Oh, why didn't you idiot play? I didn't hear it. The sound alerts just broke. Thank God, though. That would have jump scared my ass. I was sedated. You only have 200k. Fairly low, TBH. Who is it? Joe from front desk. Open the door. Didn't I specifically tell you not to wake anyone up? I have complaints. What are you making all those goofy noises for? Whatever it is, just keep it down, miss. Is that... Why are your eyes all red? Mention the coffee machine. Are you messing with me? We don't have no coffee machine here. It's right over there. Okay, here. I've had enough of you crazy goons. For once I thought we had a sober guest, but I guess I'm the crazy one here. Follow me. I hate my job. You're at 10k? Well, that's actually a lot for how long you've been here, though. It only costs 100k to redeem a game. So it's actually not that expensive, you know? What happened? Show me your coffee machine now. Go back to the room. I swear to God it was right here. For some reason his demeanor completely changed. I said go back now. There should be some medication in your room that should offer you some relief. Check the table by the TV. Well, apparently it's a fake, it's a fake coffee machine meant to drug people. And he kind of realized the danger of the situation, so that's why he's telling us to leave. Because he knows what's going on. I'm definitely not taking any random pills that are in a drawer in a place like this. I forgot about that part. Somebody walks by and takes a picture. Who is it? Please open the door. I need help. What do you want? I need your help. Please, please open the door. Please leave. I just need to talk to you. I swear I'm not a cop. Please go away or I'm going to call the cops. Pretty lady, come on.
Look here! Look, listen!
I think we're in the clear now. To this day, I find it really weird that the manager inferred not to get police involved as it would have affected the motel's reputation and let go of the situation. I believe that the town could have been home to a cult or a drug ring or possibly something even worse. Tommy arrived with the car after what felt like a year. I never went on long road trips again. I would always take airplanes. Literally in a motel, I wonder where else would you not check? Yeah, seriously, there's like 2 places. Under the bed, the closet, and the bathroom. And he only checked 2. He didn't even check under the bed. But yeah, that... I agree with you, Shadow Man. The first 2, I was like, I'm not really sold on these just yet. They seem like they're going to be really kind of mid. But then when Carson House came out, I was like, never mind. These are really, really good. So how about we do episodes 3, 4, and 5? Is it after midnight already? It shouldn't be, but we'll do episodes 3, 4, and 5 tomorrow night. How about that? I'll start a little bit earlier. Each one of those takes about an hour and a half to do. So I'll start a little bit earlier, and we'll do a little bit longer of a stream. It's 11:16. Yeah, it is for me too. Well, anyways, we tried some ASMR. Such a weird he really messed up by bringing up not calling the cops. Such a weird out of pocket thing to say, for real. Oh shit, I forgot I didn't turn my well, check this out. We're gonna ruin the immersion. Boom. Anyways, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and call it for tonight. If anybody wants to join the Discord, you're not already in there. We did a little bit of ASMR tonight, you know what I'm saying? Can I check the stream elements? What do you mean? The highlight? Oh yeah, the stream highlights. Yeah, I got you. Nimble Concerned Oyster TF2. Believe it or not. Here, I'll put it back. What? Dude, it won't let me. Here, I'll just have to display capture that shit. Believe it or not.
Bruh.
That's exact same reaction both times. The timing was too perfect, dude. Oh, what the fuck? A fucking hitbox made out of a hitbox made out of one of those Christmas cookie jars. That's insane, actually. What the fuck, dude? I mean, it probably works really well, though, to be honest. Look, man, if it works, it works. If you can mount buttons onto it, job well done. That's all it takes sometimes. All right, guys. I'm going to call it from here this time. But yeah, if anybody wants to join the Discord, you're not already in there, feel free to join. We've got about 87 people in there. I will be back again tomorrow night, much better rested. I will also have hit the gym, most likely. But yeah, with that being said, I'm going to break the chains on room 302 in 3, 2, 1. Let's turn this reverb way up for this snap.